Hi. Hello.
And welcome to
the Partner Panel. I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like this last update, like I read it, because I read it live on stream, right? My entire chat immediately was like, this is all coming next update.
Yup.
And I had to real quick, I was like, hold up, bro. First of all, don't fucking get your hopes up, right?
Right?
Like, I read through this, but at no point anywhere did I see this is coming next update. Like, everything that I saw here to me was a, hey, we're working on it. Eventually, you know. But my chat was 100% convinced. So like, no, bro. They said this is coming. I'm like, bro, where? And they're like, oh, they say that, you know, patch 13 and they're gonna be. I'm like, bro, literally, show me where. Did you guys actually read anything on there?
No, I mean, it literally just says working. It says we're working on it. It says the team is currently working on some upcoming changes while also tackling both old and new bugs as they arise. We plan to roll out more regular patches to address these bugs as we continue to add new features, balance, and content to the game. Nowhere does it say when it's coming. It just says they're working on it. That's how I took it. I don't know. I mean, if we do get this in the next patch, then great. I still don't see all of it coming in next patch, though.
See,
I mean, because right there, another reason that tells you that it's not all gonna be next patch is because balance. We know we're gonna do bi-weekly balance patches.
True.
So this is gonna keep coming. Like that's gonna be, you know, that's already in there. No, and that's right below the intro. So I don't know.
So
that's why I took it.
You know what I find interesting? Like let's actually break down these little things that they mentioned here.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice that they mentioned that they want to remove a cap from cooldown reduction?
Yes, I did see that.
So they're gonna recalculate it so you don't need a cap, while also giving diminishing returns the more CDR you purchase. What?
The way I understand it, so right now, like you max out at 40%.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, but like after, you know, the way I understand it, I don't know if it's true or not, but you can get to 40% pretty quick, and after that, you have no more that you can do. So
correct.
I think what they want to do
in your first 3 items, you could probably get to 40. Yeah.
Right. So I think what they want to do is they want to get it to where you can still benefit with CDR, but they don't want it to be where you get it to 100%. You know, like you're late game, you're 100% CDR, like you don't have a cooldown.
But that's not what they're saying here. What they're saying here
is like, so you can, it's gonna get you can go past 40, right? But they don't want it to where like you can just spike to 100. So that's what the diminishing return is. Like you get, you know, you got your CDR, and
so,
then.
See, when I think diminishing returns, like it thinks it's like, okay, so they're removing the cap, but what happens after you go past a certain percentage? You keep adding cooldown reduction, but then there's a drawback maybe? Like what if they do like, hey, after 40%, every 10% will give you more cooldown reduction, but it'll actually take away like 10% power. So at that point, you get me? Like you can build 60-70% cooldown, but you're not going to be doing as much damage, for example. It's not about spamming to do damage, it's about spamming for utility. Or I mean, even then, bro, could you imagine getting even close to 100% cooldown reduction?
Right.
We have items with 20%. Build 5 of those, you have 100% cooldown, and you still got like space for whatever the fuck else you want on the 6th item.
Yeah. Yep.
Like it's kind of bonkers for me. I mean, I'm interested to see what they mean by diminishing returns. I was just saying that if they're removing the cap but they want diminishing returns, could you imagine if they do something like, hey, we're gonna increase, like we're gonna lift the cap off, but like every percentage over X amount will actually end up in like reduced armor or reduced damage or whatever the hell.
Oh, so like the more CDR you have, the weaker you are.
Like
kind of a deal?
after a certain point, yeah. It's like, hey, you
Yeah.
want to build that much, you can at a price.
Yeah, that would make sense. I think that'd be nice if they were to do something of the sort, like with Kalari, with that ult that she has already. I think you could cheese that pretty hard.
Build cooldown and then ult.
Yeah, because I think her ult just comes back a little fast for the kit that she has, because you can just ult into somewhere, do
You
your
basically
damage.
get a kill every minute if you do it right.
Yeah, exactly, and then go invisible and get out. Like, sweet, so much skill.
I guess the way I understood it is, like, so you have an item that would give you 10%, the 10% cooldown if you got that item. But after you got to a certain point, let's stick with the 40. After you got to your 40, that item that would normally give you 10%, it's now only going to give you X amount percent, like a smaller, a diminishing return out of that percent. And that way you're not, you can't do those 20% items. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I was thinking that diminishing return was.
I mean,
I get what you're saying as well.
Well, the part that confuses me is because they say in the last sentence there, this change is being laid out in preparation for our upcoming favor mini rework. Now, talking about that, they're basically going to change it so every white item or every white favor point that you invest just gives you one flat cooldown reduction. So if you get 15 favor points, you just added 15% cooldown reduction. You get me?
I'm sure there's an equation with that, though, to where, like, instead of being 1 is in like 1%, it would be more so of like 1 of 4/7 or something of that sort, if that makes sense. It's like as a point towards it instead of just 1% CDR. Because in a longer game, as a support main, I'm building somewhere up to 30
40 minimum
favor. Yeah, 30 favor. So with some of the cards I build too, you're getting a lot of cooldown reduction the way it is. If you're at 70% CDR, I'm stun locking you with Decker all day long. I mean, you're just gonna stand there and you're just gonna take it. I mean, that's just what it is. So I wouldn't assume. Yeah, I wouldn't assume it would be just a 1% CDR across the board. I'm assuming there's going to be an equation in line with it.
I get it. I almost wish, because you bring up a good point. It just says 1. It doesn't say 1%.
Right.
But now, we are used to seeing cooldown as 1%. You feel me?
Right. Yep. For sure.
So,
like, if that's the play, white steel is going to be a meta by far.
Oh, definitely.
That's going to be just.
I'll start playing it.
Play steel. Oh my god, it's going to be just gross late game.
Bro, could you imagine a white Richter? Let me just pull you every 2 seconds. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
For how much?
I mean, you're going to run out of mana, but.
I feel about Richter. Yeah, that is a terrible, terrible time.
I don't know. So let's just talk about the actual mini favor rework. The fact that they're going to be removing favor from items and just making favor points a flat, spec or flat stat that you get. Like physical power, blue, energy power, green is health, purple is physical penetration. I find that one hella interesting, by the way.
Yep. I agree.
Like that one threw me off. I was like, they're going to build purple with pen? I guess you could do like a red purple build, and then if you want more pen, just build. Like, imagine a carry build where you build all red items, but you have a red aspect and a purple aspect, and you put all your points into purple.
Yeah, you're gonna be shredding people.
So now you have a full damage build, but you're slowly building 1 pen per favor. So 15 favor is literally 15 pen being added to your build for free.
Right. That's a Phantom Blade in itself right there.
Bro.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts. That really just makes Raptors so much more viable than they are already right now. or
Good
Reggie
point.
is.
Good
You know?
point. Because the way it sits right now, the shrines are worth way more.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think shrines are tuned on what they do right now. Like for example, if you're in the off lane and you control even that first green buff, or the green shrine, you've won lane. Yeah, you've just won lane. Unless you get a lucky gank or he messes up somehow, you don't win the lane if you lose that first green buff, at least for a little bit. It's going to take a while to catch up. I just think it's a little overpowered because you're getting, like, I guess I don't know, for example, what it is, but 3 or 4 health and mana regen a second. If you go offlane magic or something and now you have that green buff, you have a permanent mana potion going if you have that T-book, because you're getting 10 to 12 mana regen a second. You are spamming abilities at that point. By the time it's off cooldown, it's fine because you've already got your mana back for it. I think the green is a little strong, personally.
Dude, it's so strong.
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
I went up against Plato in solo, and I was Grux, he was Sevarog. He got the first green buff. Let me tell you, Magician in that green buff. Holy shit, the amount of abilities that came at me, and he never got lower than like half mana.
Right, yeah.
Like, he straight melted me, and I was like, God damn, and his health is already back. What the fuck? I was like, God damn.
It's just disgusting right now. I definitely think it helped bring Sevarog back into the game a little bit more, because not too many people were Sevarog, but it's really cool that as Sevarog, it's happened to me a whole bunch, and that's why I'm going to start playing him. But going offlane Sev or against an offlane Sev, I do all the damage on that darn shrine, and he just comes over and ults me, knocks me away, and then takes it, and then just stares at me and jumps over and over. And it's like, I see what you did, and that was a great play, but I'm very upset about it.
True.
So, what I do want to say about this favor mini rework and some of these updates that they've been doing, going back to the update they put out, and they showed you the ELO reset and what the curve that they thought was supposed to look like. This like the way they break down this favor mini rework, and that, like, for somebody who doesn't know anything about this stuff, I'm learning something. I read it, I'm like, oh, that's okay, this makes sense. I get that, by reading into it. They're not just like, hey, we're doing a favor mini rework, this is the reason. Here's examples of what might happen, and that's it. They actually explain it to you, like, this is what was going on, this is why we're not, this is what we're expecting, this is what we're not getting. So I really enjoy that with these updates.
Yep. It's just really straightforward on it too, because like on some of the cards, you're like, hey, well, I don't get any
+1 rank is all it says on the card, right? It doesn't even say
yeah. It's like, I don't know what I'm getting with this card, like for crossbow, I believe it's crossbow, you get a little extra damage, or Bale would be a better example. You get more health per rank. No, actually it's PS. I'm for sure on that one, but you get like an extra X amount of health per favor you have. Well, with this, it's just straightforward of, you get 20 health straight up. Here's what it is, So no, you don't have to try to build kind of accordingly, because your buffs may or may not affect your cards that you have. This is just what it is, take it or leave it. You can just build how you want.
Which I gotta say, I love the fact that now, if I'm a carry that wants to build Jar of Hearts, building my favors into red and feeling like I just fucked up my build because I didn't build another red item that scaled. Now I can build whatever the fuck items I want, and my favor does what I want it to do. In general, I love that, because
that's great.
Because before, the favor system encouraged you to do all one color builds. The only thing you could get away with is the boots, because currently, the boots don't do any favor scaling because they took that away. Right. But besides that, it was literally like, yo, if you build off color, you better have a good damn reason for it, because you're kind of throwing it.
Yeah.
That is the one part that I really, really do like about this. At least at the end of the day, you can do whatever build, off meta builds, whatever it might be, right? Like, you can build to the situation, and not have to feel like you're penalized. Like, I'm a carry that fell behind because I wanted to build a Jar of Hearts in the situation.
Right, because I have a Countess that keeps rotating and I need to do something about it.
Exactly.
Yep, I get that.
Is this going to affect let's tanks and carries in this regard? Because if a carry goes a red green build, and is able to split up his favor between red and green, he's going to get 20 health every time, so he's going to be a tankier carry. Is that going to make that an issue in the game, or you have the tanks that are like, you have like the Sevs, the Greystones that want to go like a red green build, are they going to, they can still get their attack speed items, but put all their favor into health and get their tank that way? Is that going to affect the game in any way negatively?
I'd probably say it might affect it negatively and positively both. Because here's the thing. Let me give you the example of somebody that's building all green, right? The fact that somebody could build all green, and at the same time, because of the current system, you get a shit ton of extra health because you're building into green items, right? And you get a shit ton of extra power because you're building into green items. So now, like, you have a tank that's getting stronger and tank. You basically have every tank being low-key a Sevarog per favor. You get me?
Okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
remove that, and now you have a tank that's building all green. And if he only went green aspects, now he can only add health. He doesn't have endlessly scaling power being added. The only power he'll get is maybe from Titan. Feel me?
Okay.
Yep.
But he doesn't have 2 or 3 items like Bale Arm. It's like, hey, every favor gives you this much power extra, or T-Fist. You get me? Like, it's just like, I like the fact that now it's like, hey, if you want the damage, let's say you're Greystone, you go red-green. Okay, then put your favor into red. You're going to get that extra damage. You can literally have all green items and get your damage out of red. Sure, do it. But that means you don't have the extra health. Because we took that option away from you. Like, you get me? What would you prefer? Like, every 5 points gives you 100 HP, or every 5 points gives you, oh my god, math, 7.5? Is that right? No?
Yeah.
No, I could be wrong. Yeah, 7.5.
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You get me? So as a Greystone, you're like, do I want that 7.5 power? Do I want 15 power for 10 favor? Or am I just going to take the 200 HP? Maybe he'll go dip into both. But I like that it's a give or take, not a, hey, we're going to give you fucking health. We're going to give you physical armor scaling, energy armor scaling, power scaling, health scaling, all because you built into green. That's fucking broken.
Right. Okay.
I think this will actually fix it more by giving the, hey, you can get whatever you want, but you have to invest into it. And only that. You can't dip into 2 pools at the same time.
Right. I don't see a lot of carries going green just for the fact of they're a backliner anyways, to where, maybe like an offlane. I've seen like an offlane Murdock in the past, whatever, but, or like that takes green and goes tanky with it. But, if you're going to take a green aspect with a carry, as you said, Cooch, you're going to give up either your king or your ace on that. So I guess I don't see a lot of carries taking green, but as Windu said, with the Greystone offlane, I don't see a lot of them going more so on the red side, because as a tank, I'd much rather have an extra 200 health and 15 power. But who's to say, you got to go on team comp too, because if you already have a big Sevarog or whatever else, who doesn't want a Greystone that can just hop in there and just start schmucking people around?
I'll tell you what though, I was already crafting with my chat, right? And think of this. Imagine Ace and Rogue, crit for days. You're building straight into, let's say like your D-Blade, which now gives you crit like crazy. Then you build the fire cannon on top of that, more crit. And in the meantime, let's say you have 10 favor, 15 minutes deep. So now you have a shit ton of damage. You have a shit ton of life steal, shit ton of crit, and you just build 10 pen over the course of 10 minutes on top of that by just putting your points into purple. Usually,
That's huge as
like
well
currently,
because-
you have to wait to add pen until late game. Even having slowly stacking pen by favor, that's gonna make carries strong as fuck, bro. You literally will not even need to build pen if it keeps on going that route.
That's
That
gonna be
it
an
might.
issue there because of the tower situation. We talked about towers last week, and how they kind of halved the inhibitor's health. You know,
Yeah.
and pen, you know, you build pen to go and, you know, to go
through the
to
armor.
penetrate the towers, you know, to go through the armor. Like, that's gonna make these towers look even weaker.
Yeah, they really
Good
need
point.
to increase the health on those inhibs because, like, even in a game today, I myself took one as a carry in like 8 seconds. You know, it just that's nuts. Like that, I just don't feel as if you know, you should be able to do that. You know, granted, I was pretty ahead in snowbally, but
I was about to say, I think it depends more on whether if you're a carry that only has like one item in boots, you shouldn't be able to take a pet inhib, right? Like if your team just pushed that far. But if you're a carry with 3-4 items, arguably you're the only one that can take the inhib that early.
Yep.
Like being that fed, you feel me?
Yep.
Because a Greystone with 4 items might be able to tank it after he pops his life, you feel me?
Yep.
With like 3 items. But somebody building damage is probably the one more likely to. But I don't disagree. Here's the thing. I don't think that they should increase the health. I think that they should really reevaluate the armor or the tankiness of the tower based on, is there a minion or an enemy hero under it, right? Like if there's an unguarded inhib and you walk in, that's low-key a free inhib. They let you have that shit. But if it's being defended, I don't think there's a reason why an inhib should go down in like 6 hits, for example. If this is a team fight and the carry's just focusing tower while the rest are fighting, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. I think that mages kind of do the most as far as damage on towers and stuff because they build blue boots, which gives them 15 penetration. Most mages go APOC or Remnant, which is I think 10 or 15 penetration there. So, you know, by the time that they're, for the most part, you have a T1 and you're moving to your T2, you have a card or maybe 2 cards to where you're doing a lot of damage already on those towers. And even on the prior to patch 13, mages were doing kind of more damage than anybody, in my opinion, on the towers. Like almost as much, you know, almost more than carries even. Like I've seen Countesses swing for 400 on the towers and it's unreal.
So I think that's going to be changed with what they mentioned here next, the new item, because we talked about in the past how in one of the updates, it actually says that they added the icon of ability lifesteal, for example, or ability penetration, right? So at that point with new items, it would make sense for me for an item to have physical penetration and ability penetration. Like it makes no sense that, you know, just building a like penetration in general also helps out your autos.
Exactly. I agree.
The only one that I could possibly see that with is a blue Grim, for example. And then you go into his blue stance that does energy damage also. Maybe I can see him getting away with that. That might actually make him fucking busted if they make that. But,
or Bellica, but
or Bellica because, you know, her little drone shoots also. But I think that differentiation could help that. And quite frankly, I just want new items. Like low key, we've been playing with the same items since what? Alpha? Low key? Or no, it was the new art rework was when they added the last new items.
I want to say December. It was around the time Morgash came into the game.
No. The new art came before that, didn't it?
Yeah, it's been a while. Like almost. It's been a long time.
So now with the talk of new items coming up, let me ask you this. What new items are you guys hoping for?
I don't know much about the game that well, like to be able to.
Yeah, I'd like to see more jungle specific items because the only thing we have right now is Affliction and Storm Q. you know, there's nothing really to entice you on having more of a jungle build. You know, like maybe that'd bring a new aspect to the game. You know, most jungles just go tank anyways, unless you're a Kalari, but it would be cool to have something that would be like extra lifesteal on jungle minions, or, you know, something of that effect, or, you know, kind of like the Rampage passive from Paragon, where you had more life regen in the jungle. Maybe they make a card like that too. Add 3 extra health regen a second while you're cruising through the jungle, or more speed or something in there. You know, just a couple different things like that. Other than that, you know, I wish they would do a little bit more with the boots. Maybe give us some more options or something, because they're kind of, I mean, they're effective on the 4 different types, but I could just, yeah, just a couple different aspects to them. That's about it for the most part. But the big thing is, you know, obviously they just don't have a lot of cards right now, so end game you see mages with the exact same thing. Carries have the exact same cards. Maybe you switch a Jar of Hearts with an A-Shot or something of that sort, depending on counter builds. But, you know, just building a couple different aspects in there I think would be kind of neat. You know, just a couple new cards and new ideas, but they've hit on the head most of everything that they can, you know, that I can think of as far as for the carries, unless you do something that's like a strictly a lifesteal card that doesn't do a lot of damage with it, but you get 20% or like lifesteal on your attacks, or 30 or something crazy, because I know Bloodsaber's pretty good for that. But I think there definitely should be a couple new cards added. Like I say, my big one is just in the jungle. Give us jungle players some love.
True. Now, what I was actually, oh, go ahead. You're gonna say something?
Is there? I mean, 'cause I'm not good enough to the game right now to do like much like counter building, but I'm not noticing a lot of counter building. I'm noticing, like what Ed was saying, is like you're just gonna have like pretty much the same items.
Right.
I mean, like if you have a Murdock, you know, that's, you know, building lifesteal. Is there anything to really build to counter against that? Or
there is no anti-heal like that, unless it's like a cursed remnant. But on the physical side, we don't necessarily have anything besides Jar of Hearts, TBH.
Yeah, that's it.
More
Jar of
items
Hearts and
like
Cursed
that.
Remnant.
I'd love to see more items, just to see more counter builds, to be able to like to go into it and you're like, okay, I know that I'm going mid lane in Morgash, I'm going up against the Gideon, and they're building this. This is going to be I'm going to need to start building this to go up against that, you know, whatever. Something, that's why I want to see more items, to be able to, you know, change, to, you know, in mid game, force you to change the build.
So I want to share this with you guys, because speaking of the items, I checked. November 25th was when I made my video about the item rework. So it was right at the end of November, early December, like you said.
Patch 9.
Yeah, but these are 3 pictures that they teased us way the fuck back then, at like about within the same week. And at the time, I made a video saying I think these are going to be the new Smite items for the different roles. This is the red Affliction item. This is the purple one, Titan Slayer. The blue one, Tempest Woe. And, you know, little things like the red one, it looks like it's like Bleeding Rain almost. The purple one, you just see a whole bunch of like blades. Maybe it gives you extra pen in it. The blue one, you saw like blue lightning all over. Maybe it gave you like a chain lightning attack whenever you hit people. You know, just I was contemplating on it, but these got teased a while ago, and I'm surprised that it's been over half a year. And nothing, and we haven't seen anything from that actually happen. Yeah, TBH. I actually, like, I'm kind of amazed that it's actually taken that long. But we've seen teasers from them before. I agree with you. We need those jungle items. I'm almost worried that them taking this long means that they're going to just slam us with like another 30 finished items. And that's going to open up a whole nother crazy door of balancing. And then we're going to have fucking broken ass bills left and right. Like, kind of like when they first readjusted all these items. You know what I mean? Like, it's taken quite a bit to get it to now. Imagine doubling it up and breaking the whole system again. Like, I almost wish they would have, like, if they teased that shit back in like end of November, early December, I almost wish that they would have given us those items maybe like a month or two later, and then maybe 2 or 3 new items a month later, 2 items a month later, something. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that patch 13 brought 0 new items was kind of bonkers to me. I expected at least a new 1 or 2 thrown in there.
A new hero or something of that sort too, but that patch 13 was a total dynamic change of everything.
100%.
You know? And I mean, it brought the shrines, which was a big aspect. But obviously we all know there's still a long ways to go with it. But I think with patch 13 coming, that caused enough balance issues as already where, hey, we fixed Boris's passive. Boris will straight up tear you apart at this point now. You know, Muriel's shield is broken. I don't know if they fixed that yet, but you know, there's a lot of rebalancing things going on too, to where, as you say, I am scared that they drop a whole bunch of stuff at one time and then just go, oh God, what have we done? You know, and now we need to spend 6 weeks rebalancing things and dropping hot fixes and hot patches like crazy every other night. That's why I'm kind of okay with the slow and steady thing, because when they drop things generally work for the most part. But I think just dumping everything on us at once would just cause mayhem. Because there's people who just
low-key break the game.
Find cheeses in the game and just do what they can to break it. But slow
what
and
do you
steady.
mean? That's called being a master. You exploit you exploit everything possible until it gets nerfed, and you do what you got to do to win. That's a master. Change my mind.
Yeah, I guess I don't want to be master then.
I mean,
so since we're talking about, you know, hot fixes and stuff like that, and patch 13, one thing I didn't say last week, because I didn't really get much time to play it, and now that I've had more time to play it and I got my place of matches done, I'm actually really loving this patch 13. The game is feeling very smooth to me. Like, when I played Paragon, I was an ADC main, like, and I just loved the way it felt. Playing this game now, before 13, I enjoyed ADC, but became more of a support main just because the way it felt. And I'm loving the feel of ADC right now. I've been playing a bunch of ADC matches, and like the last hitting, I've gotten a lot better with that. With the new 13, CSing is a lot easier for me.
The ka-ching you get, it's just a good satisfaction of like, I did that. Good for me.
The minion health bars are a lot easier to interact with for me to CS. I'm really enjoying it. But back to 13, and the reason 13 wasn't as big as everybody wanted it to be, with the new map, and it just being a HUD, we're not getting any more heroes. It was all the backdoor stuff that you didn't know about, like the coding, and it gave you the ability for these hot fixes to be done. And like, here they are. They've already put out three hot fixes since 13, and they were all pretty quick. It's like, hey, we have an issue, hot fix. Hey, we have an issue, hot fix. And it's like, this right here is great to see. You can see the growth of SMS as we go.
Right. They planned for issues like this, and they put themselves in situations where they can fix them quick. And that I agree, that's huge, because now they mentioned something on Grimm's mana not being used for his blue attacks or something of the sort. They fixed that overnight. I mean, as soon as they found out about it, it's done. Now we don't have to deal with that.
Templar,
that Templar
oh
one.
My God, don't even get me started on that one.
That hot fix. Bam.
Yeah, that one was nuts. But yeah, now we don't have to deal with that for 3 weeks while they try to figure that out, and that's, as you say, that's one of the backdoor things that people just overlooked and said, well, I want it now. Well, you get a lot more now than having to deal with it, and more people being turned off by the game and just quitting and throwing little hissy fits,
Right.
I think they absolutely set themselves up in a great situation for it.
No, I think I said it to somebody before. Like they asked me how I felt about it. Like at 13, to me, there was always light at the end of the tunnel, but this made the light brighter, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I love the feel of it. I mean, obviously there's the balancing situations going on, but abilities seem to work a lot better. Gadget isn't just a undervalued jungle minion at this point. Now she's just a red buff, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely progress being made for sure, and it's more than visible, and it brought a lot of new players in. You know, that's been one of the greatest parts about it, is it's just brought a whole new crowd of people in. People coming into my streams, I'm sure you guys have seen it too. Hey, is this Paragon? Better yet, this is a different version of it where, you know, Paragon got capped. Yeah, Paragon got capped. We picked up where they left off, and now we're moving with it. You know. The only tiff I have with 13 is I was gone last week, you know, so I wasn't able to talk too much about it, but this MMR reset is driving me bonkers, but bite my tongue on that one. Oh my God, help me, please.
I mean, bro, it
is rough. It is rough because we're, you know, and I'm sure you guys have seen it too. These new people come in, they're level ones. They have these wacko names, whatever, that they just probably headbutted their keyboard and said, sweet, this is my new account. And then they leave 4 minutes in because they're 0-6 because they just run under towers and don't understand the concept of it. It's like, nice. Glad that's on my team again for the 4th one in a row out of 4 games.
So, I mean, I'll be honest with you, man, because it's weird, because it really is one of those things, like, everybody wants to earn their elo, so to speak, and they're like, oh, solo duo queue only, you know, maybe we'll pick up 3 or something. We're still gonna have randoms in there. But the issue with the hard elo reset, when you have a ton of, you know, new players influx, arguably, let's say about a third of the new daily player, of the new, you know, new average of daily players, let's say they're new in general to the game. So when you have that, when you take a third and then consider the fact that you might actually get paired up with them because you're all now in relatively similar elo, it's just bound to happen, low key.
Yeah.
And I hate to be the one to say it, but I can easily, until the elo fixes itself with their little line or whatever they want, it low key's getting back into stack or be stacked.
Yeah, you know, it really is. I mean, and one of the worst parts of one of the worst parts about it is you try to teach some of these new guys that come in, you know, and this is just me complaining at this point, but like, had a guy today, I was like, hey man, you know, I'd recommend this for you, you know, because he started like 3 or 2 green items as a jungler before he even started his boots. I said, dude, if you, I recommend getting boots first. Hey, recommend getting boots first. You know, this will help you clear jungle faster, move around, and you'll get ganks better and everything. And he goes, you're 2, 4, and 6. He goes, I'm not going to listen to you. I said, I'm a support dude. Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I'll never listen to you. And I said, hey, you know, we do training events, Fall Tub Network, jump in that Discord. You know, we'd love to help you out. And he goes, why would I want to learn from you? All right. Thanks for buying the game, dude. Please come back. You know, just like that kind of attitude is just, it's just getting rough.
Right. Like, I'll tell you what, there is a general thing within MOBA players.
Yeah.
And that little thing is called ego. And let me tell you, even if you are, let's say, bronze League of Legends player, you were bronze in Paragon, bronze in Smite, you come in default, you're bronze. Don't tell me what to fucking do. I've been playing this game longer than you have, bitch.
Yeah, that's what he said. I'm an old Paragon player. Doesn't mean you were good at it, dude. Like, and guess what? This is a totally different game right now. Like, this is, you know, as we said, 4 years ago you played the game and you may have gotten 4 kills in a game and gotten all excited about it. This is a whole new deal, buddy. You know, you may be able to drive a car, but that doesn't mean you have a CDL. You know, you can't drive a semi around.
So the only thing about that is, like, again, one thing that I learned a long time ago, you just can't fix an asshole, right? They're bound to be there. So it literally just comes down to, it sucks that I'm saying this. It literally just comes down to either mute them, ignore the fuck. I'll be real with you, bro.
Yep.
That mute feature is wonderful.
It's great.
Like,
you can report after games now. By the way, if you guys didn't know that, you can report people who have left the game, you know, because if like something happens or whatever on that last screen, you can still report people who have ditched the game if you haven't done it yet. I love that.
I've
that
had
was
matches,
exciting for me to find out.
No, I've had matches where my support tries to give me advice on how to be carry. And granted, like, I know who this individual is, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've played with him before. Try to give me advice on how to play carry. And I'm like, in my mind, just real quick, like, I even tell the people I'm playing with, I'm like, yo, I'm muting this guy right now before I lose partner. Swear to God, bro.
I'm losing my mind.
Swear to God, I'm muting him right now, because if I see another word come out of this dude, I'm going to go full blast, and a screenshot's going to happen. I already know it.
Yep.
Let me just...
I'm losing partnership, dude.
Let me step back. Let me chill the fuck out.
Yep.
I might rage a little bit. I'm like... It's woosah. But... yeah. And that goes for any person that is playing the game, because I actually had an individual reach out to me about how to be a better jungler. He was already at 500 elo, mind you, already within like a week. Oof. So he reached out to me about how to be the better jungler. I'm like, okay, first thing I do, look at his match history. Since the reset, he's had a total of like 40 games, 38 of those Kalari jungle. The only games he won was when the game insta reset at the beginning, and it says 1.
Nice.
So I literally went through through a match with him, you know, kind of coach him, went over and everything. He's already become a lot better. He even sent me profile pic, you know, like not profile pics. He sent me screenshots of his performance and everything. He's like, yo, doing way better. I'm killing a bunch of people now, etc. But then like literally within 48 hours, I get a DM from another member in the community, Windu. What do you suggest I do if I run into specific toxic players and they're just repeatedly toxic to the point they're making me not want to play the game again? I hit the report button in the game, but these assholes are still in the game with me, like for 5 games a day. I cannot get rid of them. Like, we're within the same elo. I'm literally just stuck playing with these guys, and if they're on my team, I'd rather alt F4.
Yeah.
Like, that bad. I told them straight up, I was like, honestly, homie, all you can do is take a screenshot and send it to a mod, report them, try to get something done. It's really a rough position to be in, because they don't want to get rid of their fan base that are playing the game, but it's worth acknowledging that a MOBA community is a very toxic and helpful community. You can't get one without the other. Like, realistically, how many games in League of Legends are you gonna hop into? Bro, I can't even play it. Okay, so I played a duo lane game with Kick in the head. I was a carry, he was my support. As a duo, we had a total of 17 kills, 2 deaths, 12 assists. I swear to God, our jungler started riding our duo lane fed. Swear to fucking God. Like, it was a duo lane diff. Our duo lane was the reason we lost.
Yep.
But the other enemy duo is 0 and like 27. The fuck are you talking? Like, yo, me and Kate got so heated, but it's unfortunate that toxic players come with MOBAs. It's just arguably normal, which should not be a thing, but it is. And you can't ban everybody or ban like a third of the players when the player base is so small. Now, argument can be made that maybe they should ban the third, because the positive 2/3 will invite newer and better peoples, as opposed to a negative 1/3 pushing away the positive ones. Argument can be made. I don't know how you guys feel about that one, but
I agree with it.
I mean, I don't mind for the most part a little shit talking and whatever else, you know, because emotions fly. You get a little flared up, and when somebody makes a dumb play, even I catch myself typing and then go, hold the delete button, like, not gonna say it, not opening that can of worms, you know. But there are just some people where as a community, we all know those small handfuls of people. We can count them on one hand, but they're almost an attraction at some point too. You know, it's like, I've heard of you, dude. I've heard you're pretty. Oh my God, the rumors are true. 4 minutes in, you know.
Yo, there are some individuals like that, low key.
Yeah,
like, unfortunately, there are some. But again, you can't really get rid of too many players unless they cross the line.
Right, and I've ran into a couple players who have crossed the line and made like some like actual very, very terrible remarks and whatever else, where in my opinion, if you say that kind of stuff, you should probably just not be able to play the game again, or at least talk to people in general.
Ban from chat.
Yeah. I mean that comes with being in any social interaction anyways. But as far as like the toxicity and stuff, I don't think it's too bad for the most part. It's just that when it does go above and beyond, it is really frustrating. But biggest thing is like for new people who come into the game, you know, as you mentioned too, it kind of scares them off. You know, it's like if I'm like the first time I started playing this game, I mean, I had great interactions. Cooch, you were one of the first people that I really talked to, and you like brought me into the game, and you were like, dude, yeah, come queue with us. And I'm like, oh my God, sweet. Like, you were really nice and inviting and everything, and it had me bring people into the game. And, you know, look at me now, I don't have a life outside of Fault and Pokemon cards, but so it's all your fault. My dad hates you for this, but it's okay. Yeah. But no, like, you know, if I wouldn't have had that good interaction right away, and I would have like just dealt with those 2-3 people that we know of, I would have been like, screw this, dude. Like, this game's great. It's fun,
I can see
but
that.
I don't enjoy it. You know, I'm going to go back to play RuneScape every day.
Have that
take over my life. That. Yeah. Right.
So now I actually had somebody come into my chat and join Cooch's Customs for the first time last Tuesday, and they're new to Fault. Recently downloaded, but they're a League and Dota players, and I think they've even dabbled in some Spite and stuff like that. But said that this community so far is like the least toxic out of the ones that he's dealt with. You know, like we are a very friendly and open community, and we're willing to help out. Obviously, he understands you're gonna have the toxicity. He's like, but you have a lot more good that outweighs the bad. So
right, and it's a smaller community too. It's a good like brothership with everything. You know, as far as adapting and standing up for each other and being like, he's just a dick. Don't worry about him, dude. You know. Right.
I was about to say, like I said, there is an overwhelming amount of, hey, I'm willing to help you, compared to the toxicity that is there. Like, especially in the general, let me say in general, in the Paragon and post-Paragon community, there's a lot more willingness to help within that community in general. Because even back in the day, we saw it. Even now, currently, you know, we see those community members actively trying to help others learn, etc. But let me ask you guys, because they mention here events, and they mention that, you know, taking steps towards, you know, new player retention system and onboarding tools, and they mention Twitch drops, giveaways, community contests. Do you guys think that as far as a community structure, toxicity, the reporting, and I know onboarding is still something that needs to be worked on specifically, so that we'll talk about that separately, but do you guys think as the game sits, is the game ready in any way for Twitch drops, community events, etc.? Or do you guys think that, you know, maybe they should iron out a couple kinks here, because having a brand new players running into that, let's say that 1 in 100, considering there's only 200 to 300 average players at a time, you feel me? Granted, that's not total throughout the day, but average at a time, there's a good chance that with 10 people per lobby, if you play 10 games in a day, there's a good chance you might run into one of these individuals in those 10 games.
Yep, especially with the MMR reset right now.
Correct.
Oh,
so do you guys think the game is in a good position right now to do all these? What do you think needs to change before then, if you think anything needs to be changed? Let me ask Cooch, because he looks
Cooch, you go first, dude. You're ready to pounce. I can see it.
I don't see that like we've said, I don't see that the toxicity side of that changing. I feel like your percentage is going to be pretty much the same. You're just going to have we're going to have a more positive of more higher number of for positive side than toxicity. That's going to be good. So I don't think that should really affect anything in this regard. I wanted to ask you, what do you guys what is player retention systems? What are we talking about there? I know what onboarding, the onboarding, that's the tutorials and stuff like that, but like, what is the retention systems? What do we, I was lost on that.
So, I mean, player retention systems quite literally just break down to anything that'll keep you playing more. Mastery system,
so the mastery system,
progression system, battle pass, or that, you get rewards the more you play, for example. Or it's like, hey, I paid for the pass for 6 months. I'm gonna come back the next month, even if I didn't play all of I only played the first week of July. I'll come back the first week of August because I already paid for the pass. You get me? So
right. I got you.
Usually stuff like that is a player retention system when it comes down to it.
So to answer your question, then I do think we're in a decent spot for the drops and giveaways, because the drops and giveaways are a low-key marketing system to get new people in, because once you get the Twitch drops going, like, we all know, all three, we all stream it, those numbers, our numbers went up. So we're getting new people in, like, oh wait, is this, like, and Ed said earlier, is this Paragon? And you get those people to come in, they get interested, they see it, and they, so it's kind of like, here we go, we're gonna get more people in, but we're not actually like marketing. But it's also a good way to benefit the people who are here, who are grinding. Hey, you've been grinding, and you've been supporting our creators. Here we go. Let's give you a reward for it. So I think it's always in a good spot for that.
Do you think, as I say, it's should be all right, at least?
Yeah.
As far as community-wise, as far as content, everything should be all right.
I think right now with 13, the content, this would be the better reason to do the Twitch drops. I mean, we did Twitch drops, earlier. It was great. It was great for all of us, but I don't think in comparison to where it was sitting, I feel like we're in a better spot now. The better HUD, the game's running and feeling a lot smoother. I'm always going to take the toxicity side of it out of it, because like that's going to happen. I mean, unless for some reason toxicity gets a lot higher and it like outweighs the positivity, then I'll come back to you and like, hey, this is not a good time to do this. But but no, giveaways, community contests. I'm excited for, I don't know when it is going to be, but like an event, like we got 4th of July coming up, man. Can we get like a 4th of July map or something, or some 4th of July skins for
a Decker bikini skin? I've been saying it for a while, dude. God, please.
I'm afraid.
I mean, that would look good with Summer Twin Blast,
Yeah, see, yes, let's hit it. Let's throw a Narby swimsuit in there too right away.
Fucking can't. Narbastian swim trunks, slim mile.
Right?
That would be funny as shit.
Now I can't. What's the name of that show? The movie. He comes over to America. He's got that like.
Oh, Borat, dude.
Borat. No,
oh God.
The slingshot? No, bro.
That, dude, please.
No.
Get that out of my head.
Negative.
Oh.
You could keep that one in your DMs, Cooch. That's it.
Imagine seeing that back. No, dude, stop. Why would you do this? Shame on you.
With you, bruh.
Somebody mute him. God, please.
Now, how do you feel about the whole thing?
How do I feel? I think it would be great for it, because when patch 13 dropped, dude, I had so much fun just jumping in games, because obviously we got to showcase it a day early, that was a blast. That was so much fun. And then when we were having the public games and stuff, and I'm streaming or whatever else, and I'm talking to people, what are you guys feeling so far? What do you like about it? I had so much positivity through it all. It just felt like a giant party. It was just kind of cool, because us as partners, we were able to kind of give that to them, if that makes sense, of just like, hey, this is something that, obviously the devs and everything else did all the work on, but, we get to wear fun hats and stuff too. Now, if we get into like, the Twitch drops and the giveaways and stuff, awesome. I can't wait, because obviously I'm a new partner. I'm the newest one, or Lilo is, I guess, because the email was sent to my dog, not me, not Salty. But yeah, but there's just a ton of new opportunities, and we have, in my opinion, a larger player base than we did prior. There's just a lot of cool new things we can do with it. You know, we've got more heroes in the game now. We've got more skins. You know, maybe they could do some new design changes for the map or whatever the case may be.
A special event.
Yeah. Like, you know, as you said, 4th of July, maybe when Prime comes or drops, there's fireworks that come up. Like just ideas. Like, it could just be something fun in that aspect.
They could just get lazy with it and it would still be kind of cool. Literally just flags hanging everywhere.
Just something, you know, it really wouldn't be that bad. But just overall, I think we are in a great place for the cool stuff to start happening. You know, we're getting closer to the full release, in my opinion. Obviously, with this new HUD system, I think this was one of the biggest steps that they needed to take. You know, when we get the items in there and stuff too. But there's just new things that can come with it. You know, and we've got a bigger, better partner system now with you know, us and whatnot. But I'm excited to see what they do. But, you know, as I said previously, it was just cool to showcase that for people and do that fun stuff, because it was rewarding for us, in my opinion. You know, instead of, in my opinion, like a lot of times we get targeted in games because, oh, we're partners, and people just like to shit on us and target us because go outside, kid. But just to give something back, you know, like I think that would be really neat.
I definitely hope that they wait until the elo curve kind of fixes itself a little bit.
I'm not going to be in a good mood if I'm going to be showcasing in what I am right now.
Right, like, they decided to do a Twitch drop a week from now.
I'm
low-key, I'll be like, yikes.
I'm going to be sick that day.
Is that a Yoo-hoo? Oh, is that a beer?
No, that's a Twisted Tea.
Oh, okay.
Peach, baby.
I don't know why for a second I was like, was that a fucking Yoo-hoo, bro?
What's a Yoo-hoo?
You don't know what Yoo-hoo is?
That I knew the answer to that real quick. Should I hesitate?
I'm in North Dakota, dude. There's nothing here.
Bro, Yoo-hoo's chocolate. Anyway,
What's a drink? It's actually chocolate water. It's not milk.
It's actually chocolate water. Yeah.
Chocolate drink is what
it's
it's
like
called.
It's like Starbucks hot coffee. I mean, Starbucks hot chocolate, but not hot.
But cold, yeah.
But cold, yeah. Basically. He's like,
it's not
what
bad.
the
It
fuck
sounds
is that?
horrible.
It's really not bad,
rancid, dude.
It's really not bad. I can go get a can and show you in a bit, but
I'm good. I mean, I made fun of Canada because they got bagged milk, dude. But like, what is this?
Oh man, Brazil does too, by the way.
What movie is it? That's an Adam Sandler movie. What isn't that like? Big Daddy? No, not Big Daddy. Where he goes to school. What's the one where he goes?
Oh, Billy Madison, dude.
Billy Madison. They're talking about drinking Yoo-hoo in the movie.
Do they? I didn't even notice.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it, dude.
Tells them to keep drinking the Yoo-hoo and not like basically don't drink beer or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
now I'm gonna have to go rewatch it. I'm gonna say that's the part.
Yo, can I just say, I'm really digging this Richter skin. Randomly getting back to it, bro.
Mastery skins are just exciting stuff.
I brought up how in the
steel one.
I actually brought up how in the steel one you don't really see that much of the color flare, right? Mm-hmm. Like as far as what we saw kind of tribal designs, but here you see a lot of these unique colors throughout everywhere. Yeah. Like it's predominant. Like there's no confusing it. Like you look at it, you're like, yo, that's the gold one. That's the Masters one.
Yup.
Bro, I saw somebody comment in my chat. I couldn't help but laugh at this specific comment. They're like, somebody told me, it's like, yo, I'm loving all these master skins. Not sure how I feel about the master skins being albino though, low key. I was like, what? And I looked at it and I was like, I guess they do have like a kind of God of War skin tone change. Because if you notice, it goes from like normal skin tone, and then out of nowhere, it's just straight Elmer's glue all over the dude.
To me and the sun.
Team Fantastic. Come on now.
Right. Like I like the contrast, but I almost feel like they would have kept that skin tone unison throughout. Like have the same skin tone on the gold, on the diamond, the silver. So it just has more synergy progressing, like at least personally. But I also get that once you hit master, the skin tone even changes. So like this is a totally different version. not just the armor. You get me? So I do kind of see the differentiation there.
Yep.
I really am big into white and red though, in general.
I'm curious on how long it's going to take to get that mastery. You know, is it going to be like 20 games gets you to silver, 100 gets you to gold, 250 gets you to diamond, or like, you know, whatever else they do. But
what the regulations are.
Yeah, I'm curious on that, or if it's going to be like a progression as far as performance based, to where, you know, assists on a support character gets you more, kills on a carry, you know, stuff of that sort.
I'm gonna go ahead and go on a wild limb here and say it's going to be based off of games played, because or it could honestly be kill based too, like, or stat based, who knows, because it has to be based off of something they've already been tracking and storing. You get me? Because they are mentioning that all your past progress will be counted.
Yep.
I don't think they've been keeping every single KDA of past progress, but I'm pretty damn sure they're 100% keeping how many matches you've played with a specific character.
Right, and it's going to be a lot easier for that too.
Like, even though ELO got reset, games played with a character still show up.
Yep.
So I really think it's going to go based off of games played, and then they might consider games that you won with that character. Games that you lost might only count as half a point, while games that you won might be a full point. Who knows? Right?
Yep.
But just based off of that, all past progress will be counted. Makes me think it has to do with the win-loss.
I think, but the KDA has been being tracked. I mean, it's not showed on the website, but I mean, like, if you go to the website, you go to your profile, it's got your win-loss, it's got your KDA, and it's got literally my total KDA. So it gives them my total, then that means it would have to have everybody else's individual, you know, KDA as well somewhere.
Like,
to
if
to be known. It's just not shown on the website. You see your KDA percentage, like let's say with Richter I have a 1.57 KDA. All right, so like, to have that number there's got to be something
stored.
Give
dude,
to sort that, to give
that's
that
what my Richter is too.
Let's go.
See, here's the thing, it's very possible, but it's just my mindset was, as a smaller studio, I don't know that over the past year and a half they've been storing KDA randomly. You feel me?
That much data.
What I think is that they're showing you the recent matches, and those recent matches update the total that you see. You feel me? If they see a Richter match popped up, that affects your new KDA. They just add that to the number that was already calculated. You follow?
Yep.
Like, there might be a calculation for that, but I don't think they're actually keeping track of every single match, every single kill, death, assist record that you have per player, per account, because that's a lot of storage.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I feel you. I understand what you're saying, but
I can see them doing it. I just
there's
don't think they've done that.
There's got to be something there, because it's all average. It's all, so if I played Richter now as a 1.57, if I played Richter now and I had a 3 point, you know, KDA, you can't. It's not. You don't just add to it. Now it's a 4.57. It's literally numbers added.
Think of it like this: an Excel sheet. The Excel sheet will literally have this number plus this number plus this number, the kill, the death, and assist,
right,
divided by number of games. Right? Let's say, for example, if a new game gets played, it's literally, the calculation would just be plus this, plus this, plus this, and then plus 1 to the divided by number. You could easily just create an equation that keeps track of the total games played and adds to the existing amount without having to actually store everything. So I guess technically, by doing that alone, could they actually give you progress off of that? Be like, hey, you know what? We don't know. We just know that you've played a total of 100 games with Murdock, and that you've gotten a total of 300 kills with Murdock. Let's say, for example. Right. Maybe they just take that stat and it's like, hey, we're going to give you this much progress experience. This is how much we think you're worth.
Yep.
That would make much more sense to me, instead of actually storing every single match
Right.
ever.
Match,
you know,
yeah.
like more like an
That's a
adaptive
lot
number
of
that's
data.
actively changing.
Yeah.
And they have
Yep.
some sort of formula for it. I think that's a lot more smart and more than likely probably what they're doing.
Out of curiosity, though, who's your guys' least played character and your most played character?
Just randomly?
Yeah, on your account.
Gadget's my least, and Decker's my most.
Okay,
Right.
Gadget, I have 6 games played.
nice.
Decker, I have 128 games played.
Nice. What about you, Windu?
So I'm a Murdock fanboy, apparently.
Clearly, yep.
And then my Morgish and my Boris are tied at a total of 5 games ever. It looks like I only played Morgish just to make YouTube videos that one day.
Yeah,
and then never
probably,
touched her again, low key.
That's funny.
Which is funny because I literally just posted a YouTube video of me playing Boris solo. And I'm kind of shocked that was play number 5. So he was at 4, actually.
Yeah. Boris, like solo lane is tough right now, depending on the matchup. But yeah, my most played is Decker at 181 games, and my least played is Countess at 2. I should play more. I should play more Countess. I'm 1-1.
Insulting.
Good for me, dude.
Good for me.
Now I look at it, Countess, I also have 6 games played, but Gadget was the one at the bottom. I guess maybe she was the one the least, most recently played or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do better with Gadget than I do Countess. I'm 1-5 with Countess. I'm 3-3 with Gadget.
Nice, dude.
Right, I literally
Gadget at 3-6.
Y'all are messing me up though. Literally on this very same screen. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm a Murdock fanboy. I see that out of my last 7 games, 5 of them are with Murdock, and they're all losses. I'm like, Rick?
Yeah, don't feel bad, dude. My last 5 games are all L's. And painful ones. 28, 29, 31, 13, 32. Rip me.
How do you guys feel about, because when you go towards the overall roster, right? If you go into that page, which let me actually show on this screen real quick so everybody.
With that skin though, real quick, I wanted to say, I think that the white skin had to happen because, or you would lose the synergy of all the, because we're now look at the silver, the gold, and the diamond, right? Look, all of it is silver. Look where all of it's gold. Look where all of it's diamond, right?
Okay.
That's where the red is at. Okay. Now
the red, yeah.
But we know that with the master skins, you got a red-white combination.
Yeah.
Where would you put the white at if you kept the skin the same?
Well, that's the thing. Like even on the steel, like literally they just take the entire skin and make it like pasty.
No, I get that, but I think that's also keeping the synergy throughout the mastery skins as well. I mean, it's not like.
Yeah, but the argument could be made, like, let's look at Richter, for example. His chains go from metal to white. That's a dope-ass change. His helmet goes from metal in the highlight color to red and white. So there's still plenty of armor throughout. Like, the inner parts that spin, those are white now. You can see all over his legs, his arms, all the chain moving parts, those are all white. You get me? Like, the only part of Richter's skin that we see is arguably his creepy uncle smile, and for some reason his rib cage.
Creepy uncle.
No, yeah, like that's all we see, the creepy uncle smile and the rib cage.
I feel like this is the opposite of the steel situation though. Let's take the white face and the white rib cage out, and now we don't have enough of the white. Like we literally were having the same argument with the steel, with how we didn't have enough of the red. You know, we wanted you wanted, like, you know, it's like now I feel like more if we take that out, like this makes the red pop.
Well, let's be honest, on steel, for example, the only parts of steel that are skin tone is bicep, tricep, and face. That's it. Those are the only skin tone we see on steel. They literally could have left those two the same and incorporate more white and red all over the armor, specifically steel, because he's full of fucking armor. And then, like you see on here with Richter, they do some nice touches of big highlight red Now you got white chains everywhere. There's tubing on his arm that was gray before. Now it's white tubing. There's like all these little highlights that still give you the white and red, where arguably the rib cage and the face might take up like what, like 7% of the overall character skin.
There's a lot more skin on Steel than what you saw. His whole abdomen is showing. Like
oh, you're totally right. Yeah, his abs are showing. You're right.
Like he's basically just wearing shoulder pads, and then the rest of his body is there. So
shoulder pads, pants, and gauntlets, essentially.
Yep.
But you could still make those look dope with a white and red combo without having to touch the skin tone. Like I don't have anything against the skin tone in general, right? Like I like the whole God of War vibe that it gives me, personally. Because it does look like an unnatural skin tone. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. Definitely gives you, what is that movie, Powder? You know, it kind of gives you that look to it. You ever seen the movie Powder? Look it up. Good movie.
Maybe one day.
I haven't seen Grease yet, so
yeah, you're way behind.
Yeah, I watched The Longest Yard and Lord of the Rings 600 times, but
which Longest Yard?
The new one. I've seen the old one too.
Oh, okay, that's a good question.
Yeah. No, well, calm down, guys. You don't
took me a second. I was like,
easy.
Yeah. Now, how do you guys feel about this? With events coming up, do you guys think that they should actually show more love to least pick characters or the most pick character?
How would you incorporate that in an event?
Skin for a character, for example.
Oh, so like you
get me? Like a drop or something like that. Like maybe giving, because a skin for like Gadget at a 15% pick rate might get more people to play more Gadget because they got a dope ass skin and they want to get better at her. Or
I would like to see less Gadget played in games now.
Dude, there's 15%. There's barely
that's
any.
16. That's 16 too many.
I fucking can't.
What is your problem with Gadget?
She sucks, dude. She's so bad. She's so bad.
It's a zoning.
You can play in mid lane. Give me that.
Well, that's the thing. Gadget's a zoning character that isn't made to have the most damage. She isn't made to have crowd control. She literally is just made to poke and annoy people. But when you put her up against a Gideon that can out damage, a Bellica that can out damage and out CC, you feel me? A Countess that can outburst and out damage. She's literally in the back of the pack, like. Did it reach him?
Here. Yeah, hold this bomb. Oh, here, I'll hold this L2 in the meantime. Yeah, I don't know. I think Gadget needs a little bit more love before she becomes a real viable hero. But I see what you're saying though, as far as trying to get people
more versatility,
more heroes and stuff. Yeah.
Or should they go towards just most played heroes? Like, look at this right here. Murdock has a 94% pick rate. So that means
that's nuts.
Like, you can literally go 100 matches, and in only 6 of them will you not see a Murdock on one of the two teams.
Yep.
That's bonkers.
I wonder how much that percentage drops if we take Murdock off of Windu's ability to pick.
I hate you.
Well, here, we do that by clicking the silver tab.
Silver tab.
Now it's at 20. Now it's at 24%.
Yikes! You're not wrong. I mean, granted, but hold on. You got to be mindful. Everybody and their mother. Everybody except like 100 people are bronze. Bronze is 85%.
It's painful, and I'm one of those people right now, and it hurts. But yeah,
there's nobody in diamond yet. Somebody's in plat already. Wow.
I think it's Neft.
I'm happy for them. Apparently, it's a Twin Blast player and a Bellica player are the only ones that are in plat.
Which screams Neft, because that's his dealio.
So I think it's. I don't know if you can base it off of just the one, because you're gonna want. I could definitely see the better side for SMS to do like the least played player, to get more exposure for that player to be out there. But there's also a reason that person's a least played player. Like you don't, like if like we're saying with Gadget being the point that she's just not viable right now. Like why would we want to get somebody interested in play somebody that's not viable? But you're also not going to do very well with the events either if you do that, because people are like, oh, it's for Gadget.
People aren't going to want it. Yeah.
I'll go do something else. You know, like, oh wait, that's Murdock. I love Murdock. I'm hanging out. I'm gonna be this part of this event for sure.
How do you feel about this? You remember in the past they had multiple tiers that were all progression based, right? Like it's like, hey, watch 2 hours of a Twitch and any of the partner Twitch, you'll get this first skin. At hour number 6, you'll get the second skin or a chance at a random skin from the event, whatever. Yep. So what if they make the lower tiers that character that doesn't get played much, but it's like, hey, the higher tier is a sexy ass Gideon skin or a sexy ass Murdock skin. People are gonna be like, fuck, I don't really care about this. I don't care about this tier 1 gadget skin, but I want the better skin, so I'm gonna stick around to it. And then later on, they're like, you know what? Fuck it, let me play some gadget. I got a new skin for her anyway.
Let me try her out. Yep, it's gonna get some more, and then that'll be helpful as well because that's gonna get more data points for that character for the dev team to like see. All right, this is what's going on. This is the issues we're having.
Good,
Let's
bad,
make some changes. Yep.
Yeah, I think
what we found out here is you need to play more gadget to help the dev team out. Okay.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out.
You don't get paid enough for that. If you pay my therapy bill, I'll play some gadget.
You play my therapy bill. Shut the hell up. Man. Now, interesting. They say progress is since EA launch, by the way, as far as the new skin. So it doesn't count people that were in there for the alpha. It doesn't count people that were in there since like the Indiegogo days, since early access launch.
How many were there for like alpha though?
It wasn't much, but back for those alpha events, I want to say they actually got to like about 1,000 or so people that played. It was big events, bro, and I'm honestly very shocked at how they handled it. The amount of people, they just kept sending out keys. They gave me, I alone gave away at least like 50 keys. Like it was fucking bonkers.
That's one thing I did want to say, which would be cool for events, is us partners, you know, we get 5 keys a piece and we're able to hand those out. Because I kind of wanted to do that for patch 13, which would have been really fun. But 1, I'm too dumb to figure out how to send keys out and how to do that stuff. 2, kind of broke. So you know, if we were to do something fun like that for like an event or for that like that Twitch drop deal, you know, during, you know, Cooch, when you stream and for your set amount of time, I guess, however you guys did it in the past, I wasn't a part of it, but you know, let's say you had 12 hours to do it, you give one every couple hours. That would be sweet, because that's not only going to, you know, bring in new people and have them watch the more streams, but it's going to get rid of people who just click, okay, I'm going to watch this streamer so I can get the drops. You know what I mean? They actually have to be attentive towards the stream and actually be paying attention, because I know there were people who would just like click on, you know, Cooch, when you were streaming, they would just click on you and just have you going. And when you rated the next partner, sweet, they're on to the next one, you know? Mm-hmm. So if they actually are involved in the stream, they can get into those perks. Yep, exactly.
So I'll tell you this too, as far as Twitch drops are concerned, they have to be involved to a certain extent. Because for example, if the first tier is 2 hours and you've been watching the stream for 5, tier 2 doesn't start unlocking progress until you claim your first reward.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I knew that because I screwed that up and I didn't know I had to claim it. And I was like, well, there goes 10 hours because I had it going when I was at work, just, you know, sitting there not doing anything.
Now, I've actually brought this up before about the keys to Ryan. Now, I personally, what I used to do, I used to straight just go broke and be like, hey, you know what? Twitch paycheck? Yeah, fuck it. We'll use a Twitch paycheck for keys. And I would literally just be giving out keys just so, you know, get more people to try the game, etc. or whatever. After spending probably about $200 to $300 in keys, then eventually, I guess Ryan was in one of my streams finding out. He's like, yo, how you giving out keys? And I was like, oh, I'm just paying for them, bro. He's like, bro, why are you paying for them? You could have just asked. I'm like, wait, hold the fucking phone.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Can I give you my receipts and you reimburse me,
You're going to tell me $200 later? I could have just asked. Couldn't tell me on the first time I did this. But then, here's the thing. Then I had some event in the future. And I was like, you know, like, hey, what's going on with keys? Like, what can happen? And I found out that they can give us keys, but it has to be a special event, and a special event has to be considered a special event per their rules, not per your rules. Like, it can't just be like Cooch's Custom Tuesdays, he gives out a key every Tuesday, because then they're gonna be like, well, Cooch is giving out 4 keys this month, where are my 4 keys? And then you do four keys for a partner. At the end of the day, then you times that by $20. It's like, well, Strange Matter Studios this month just lost out on $1,000 in keys.
Right, exactly. Because I know Plato
which
talked
can
about
help the
doing
defending
that
of it.
Yeah, because I know Plato talked about that for patch 13, and I talked to him and stuff too a little bit about it. On, dude, I would throw some money in for it, but he just never did anything, so I never did anything. But it's crossed my mind for sure.
Another problem
just
you have with these key giveaways is you're getting majority Smurf accounts.
Yep.
So then you're just in a sense hurting the game, because it's a Smurf account. They don't care. They'll F1, Alt F4, you know, and now. So how
people
do you know
will
that
sign
it's
up
going
for the
to an
giveaways
actual...
just to get an extra Smurf.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know people with more than 5 Smurf accounts.
Same Z's.
Why you need that many, Lord knows. But like, oh, I got this name, I got that name, I got this name, I got that. It's just like, like, I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, you're hurting that elo dip, like the elo board curve by it, considering the fact that there's so few players. And honestly, an argument could be made that, you remember how in the previous elo board that they showed, that it was before, how right to when it got towards the middle, it dropped the fuck down, and then the higher end was just overinflated? That could honestly be because there's a good percentage of the Fault community that are very well experienced players, and those individuals just can't get matches frequently towards the high end. I was talking with Cranky about this the other day. Like, they want to get games too, but Cranky actually waited an hour until me kicking the guys queued up, and finally we got into a match with them. But if it wasn't for each other queuing, their group and our group would have literally just been sitting there for Lord knows how long, waiting for a match. So it comes down to the point, and Cranky made a great point. He was like, hey, I'll be honest with you, I want to play this game as much as possible with my friends also, but the way that Fault has this system right now, all right, you know, with the reset it's a little bit better, but the way that Fault has with the player base and then the matchmaking, I get in trouble. I get penalized for doing well. So if I do well, I now play less. So I have to play less of what I'm good at and enjoy. So I'm forced to create a Smurf just so I can keep playing consistently.
Yep.
And it's a very, very good, valid point. And unfortunately, that's something that won't be fixed unless the player base grows.
Skyrockets.
And if we tell people to stop making Smurfs, dude, the player, like, I understand that it drops certain people even lower. It brings, you know, the higher end of the player count even higher. But if we tell the good players to stop making Smurfs, we're low-key gonna alienate the good players, because that's low-key the only way they can get matches.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I have one that I made just to learn a couple different roles, because I was pretty high elo and I didn't want to learn how to, you know, play carry against Colombian and, you know, these top tier players. And I'm like, this is gonna suck. So I made a new one just to try those, because I'm not a good, you guys can absolutely attest, I am not a good carry. I look like Helen Keller out there trying to hit stuff. It is not a good time, dude. You do not want me on your team. You did not want me. Now, I mean, I can hold my own for the most part as long as it's not a stud. But I made that one just for the learning aspect, but I also have another one that I play on off stream, just because, you know, as I mentioned earlier, we do get targeted. You know, not saying everybody does it, but some people, they'll just target you because they'll go, oh, I know this guy, he's a streamer, and I want to get my name known, and I want to target him a whole bunch. And it's like, sweet dude, thanks for letting me enjoy this game. You know, it just lets you play it a little bit more fairly, in my opinion.
Ed, I love the salt coming from you. but next part of the panel, I need you to avoid the salt sandwich and come here with a little bit more positivity.
Dude, I'm like 14 in, so it's not my fault, you know.
Yikes.
Yeah. Sorry, dude.
You're good, man.
You're good, homie.
Let's just say this reset has hurt me emotionally.
And that's what I'm saying. You failed. You know, you went out and you got yourself a Smurf. You didn't need to. You just had to wait till the elo reset. And now you can start. Now you can practice carry all you want.
Oh my god, dude, help me. No, because we're not getting into it. Nope.
Man.
I ain't gonna say it.
So, but again, like hearing you guys go back and forth with this, it is very important to point out that if Ed is saying this, there's a good chance there's hundreds of others
definitely,
that feel this way also, right?
Yep.
Because again, unless you are a very high skilled competitive player that will just smack on everybody that you go up against, there's a good chance that, let's say in at least one of your 10 matches that we were talking about, you're going to experience some like very bad frustration. I don't know the statistics. I mean, it might be happening more. You feel me?
It happens to me a lot. I'm not the person. I'm decent at the game. You know, I can play the game. I understand the objectives of the game and what I need to do at this time, at that time, at this. I'm not great at it. I'm not the person that can just go into these low elo games and just carry everybody. Like, oh, it don't matter. Don't worry, I got you. Jump on my back. Well, we're gonna win this no matter what. I'm not that person. So, but I'm good. I can. If you look at the statistics, like, all right, Cooch as a carry did good. You know, he out CS'd everybody, even the other team. You know, but obviously everything else went wrong. So it's like, how do I can't. I'm not that good yet. So I'm literally just gonna sit here and feel it every time. But you have those, like you were saying, those big, skilled players that can just say, okay, don't worry, I got this, and we're gonna climb out of this elo hell, and then I will get to a better spot. Yeah, I'm fighting that elo hell just like Ed is, like, bitch.
Yeah, again, another dude left. Sweet, awesome. Glad I lose 30 elo out of this. So if I win one of the next 4 games, I gain 6 back. Nice, sweet.
My numbers, what was it? So I finally got my other placement games were done. I lost 29. I lost 36. I won 11. I got 11. I won, I got 11. I won, I got 12. So I didn't even make up the 36 that I lost in the game 2 that I won. So I'm still technically 30. I won 1, 2, 3 out of 5 games, but I'm still 30 elo down.
All right, I'll be real with you, Brian. I got a taste of that elo like salt. So, like I was saying, for the alpha, it was only like 1,000 people playing or whatever the hell that number was.
Right.
So there weren't that many people in there, but I knew for a fact all the hardcore testers were in there. You had a whole bunch of experienced people in there from Cranky, Reverb, etc. So I made it my absolute mission. I remember hitting Huddy up. I was like, Huddy, I'm gonna be real with you. No matter what the fuck happens during this little winter weekend of 2 weeks, we're gonna make a squad and we're gonna end top 5 just because we can. Like I swear to you, we're gonna do it. But I remember getting to second, losing 1 match, losing 80 elo, and then winning and gaining 6. Bro, when I saw that shit happen, the boiling that my blood did was fucking unreal. At that point, I was like, bro, fuck this elo bullshit. From then on, I was like, viewer games every day. I don't give a fuck. Like, let's go. But there is something we're saying, that elo is a big reason why a lot of these games get played consistently, consecutively, right? Elo has a lot to do with it. Now, imagine getting to the point where the people that are grinding for elo can't even play because they're too good. Imagine that. Imagine forcing a very high skill player to get a Smurf just to be able to play with his friends. Imagine forcing a player to arguably affect another newer player's day, experience, game, just because he can't find a match at his own. Now, I personally think, again, I think that this is one of those things that it can only be solved with more people. And I do like the whole Twitch events, you know, cheap marketing. They just have us do the marketing for them, etc.
Yeah.
And I get it. They might not be at the point of doing proper marketing. But I still think that they could at least be like, hey, you know what? We're going to upload a weekly YouTube video about the game. That is essentially free marketing. They're not paying for anything. They're literally just posting a video a week. You get me? Maybe just like a quick little fucking 10-second teaser or something. Whatever the fuck. You feel me? They've done it before, but they just post it on their website. I say, stop posting shit on your website. Post it on your YouTube. Generate some of your own self-marketing, because the Google algorithm is great at finding new people that like the same stuff. As soon as a YouTube video gets 5,000 views, it's going to recommend it to another 5,000 people. Who knows how many people they can get from that, instead of just relying only on influencers with an already dedicated community that grows slowly. Right. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
absolutely.
I just think that as far as cheap marketing, they could be doing more cheap marketing than just relying on us.
Yep.
So you're talking about these high elo players, they can't, these great players, they're really good at it. So there's a, let's call them the rich people, right? And then we're talking about how they have to go down and like, all right, now I have to go here. I like to be in the rich neighborhoods, but I have to go down here and get a Smurf account, and so just so I can get more money. And then or just so they can play with their friends. Well, what if you're like Ed? You're not good at the game and you have no friends. Like, damn,
bro. That is not where I thought that was going. Get the fuck out of here.
I gotta go to the bathroom anyway, so I'm gonna go cry while I take a pee. I'll be right back, dude.
Bro, that is not where I thought you were gonna go with that. Get the fuck out of here. I was actually listening to you. I'm like, rich, poor. Oh, I'm like, okay, play with friends. And then the fucking Ed jab. I can't with you, bro. That's disrespectful as shit. I fucking can't. Oh my God. But
I only pick on them because I love them.
Same.
If I give you shit, literally anybody, if I'm giving anybody shit, it's because I love you. You know it. So.
Same. But. I'll be real with you, bro. Like, at the end of the day, within that subject, it's a very tricky subject because I understand on the higher end. Like, there's been there's been multiple times where I'm like, part of me, whenever I get that elo thirst, and let's say like, yo, okay, I'm like, all right, I'm plat, and as soon as I drop down to gold, I'm like, let me just relax. I'm chilling. That was a viewer game. Let me chill. Woosa. I don't need an extra account, because I actually did that back in the Paragon days. I created a separate account, kind of like what I was saying, just to try off-roll stuff, because it is very common actually to be like, hey, this is a jungle only account. This is a support only account. This is a carry only account, etc. Right?
Right.
So, because it adequately gauges your skill within that specific role if you do it that way. Now, granted, usually only really good players do that, really experienced players. So I understand it, but at the same time, I can definitely see the drawback from doing that in such a small community, and I can see the benefit of doing it in such a small community. The benefit for having to do so, because we want to get more matches. Bro, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. That was disrespectful as shit. Y'all can talk about that.
No, it's fine. Because I actually had a couple buddies that I played video. I grew up with them and everything. We were a bunch of nerds growing up, so spot on with the having no friends. But I tried playing with them. I was like, yeah, dude, just come in. And they played on my other account. I have that account, Kanye West. Everybody knows it. And I was like platinum in that, and these guys are brand new players, and we're going against names like B More. We played Colombia in one match, and I was like, okay, guys, I'm gonna fork out another $20 here, and we're gonna make a new account because this sucks. But granted, one of them did fairly well, and the other one just could not make a Greystone offlane build. I literally told him what to do, and he goes, I can't figure it out. So, but making the Smurfs, I think, for bringing new people in is okay for the most part, but in that particular situation, I think it was. Because man, oh man, was it frustrating being like, dude, we're about to lose this game already because we got basically it's a 3v5 at that point, you know, playing with new people who it's like their first or second time ever playing the game. But I don't know what you guys talked about when I was gone. So
it pretty much. I said that when you left, I said, well, I was like, I still love him. I was like, I just give him shit. I was like, if I'm somebody that I give shit to, it's because I love you. I don't like.
Yeah, exactly,
I don't. It's taken this way as a coach, right? If the coach, if a coach is riding your ass, it's because they see potential in you, and they want you to get better. If the coach is ignoring you and you're just over there in practice, you're not doing it. Like you're just doing what you're supposed to be doing. That and you don't get much playing time. That means that the coach doesn't see potential in you.
You just kind of suck. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah. So right, that's how I did my sports. Anyways, so. That's just always like I give you shit. If I'm not giving you shit or whatever, then it's probably just like, all right, you're just an acquaintance to me. You're not a friend of mine.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I've been saying this for a while too, and like I've brought it up to a couple other streamers or partners. We should do a stream where we mock another person. You know, like another one of the streamers. Like for example, Queen, she can have like a fake beard or something of you. Like just we dress up and act like the other. Oh my god, what is that? Stop the film.
Bro, don't even ask me how I go to the bathroom and end up coming back with 50 chicken nuggets.
Yeah, I've
50 chicken nuggets. Damn. From where though?
Wendy's.
Okay, nice.
You can order 50
or no?
You didn't know that? They've had that since like 2014, bro. They don't advertise it, but you know where the dollar menu is? Directly below that, it says Family Dollar pack or whatever the hell. They can't fully advertise it's actually 50 because they literally just grab an entire bag of nuggets and dump it. They don't count it. But literally just ask for the family nuggets and yeah, you're Gucci. Spicy or normal. It's like
right now.
That's like 15-20 bucks.
Looking right now.
Yeah.
Where were we at though?
Go ahead. What were we talking about?
We were talking about we should do a stream of like BMing the other streamers or acting like them or just whatever. Because I know what everyone's going to do. They're going to have a blank thing behind them and be like, these are all of Ed's friends. And then they're going to have their hair pulled back and be like, look at this giant forehead. That's why I always wear a hat. But I already know exactly what's going to happen.
Bro, I will draw up my own Cholo bus and pretend to be Russ, bro.
Yes,
I will do it, homie. I will straight up.
We should do a partner roast. Get all the partners that are available together and
that'd be funny.
Take turns.
That actually would be really fun. Yes.
You know what? Actually, I was gonna suggest. Speaking of the whole keys and everything, so we as partners, we can create our own special events, right? We can literally be like, hey, the first Saturday of every month, partners. It's literally going to be only partner games, for example. During those partner games, one of the partners will be giving away keys. That partner is the one that's going to be streaming. The rest of us are going to be hosting that one partner and just rotate every month.
That'd be fun.
It's a good way for partners to support other partners. A good way for the communities to see us all together engaging on all these different voice chats and everything. And it's like, yo, I can't wait till Cooch is streaming this. I can't wait till Ed is streaming this. You feel me?
Yep.
And that individual streamer can also be giving away some keys that specific day. What do you think? As I eat my nugget.
Well, just being honest, it's a great idea, but I don't see it working. The partner schedule is too tough to get anybody to. I mean, no offense to all the partners that aren't able to make it, or even if they could be a part of the partner panel, but we put it out every Thursday. Hey, who's available? who wants to be here? And it's very hard to get a hold of people to be like, hey, yeah, I'm down, or I have something going on, or so it's a tough situation to do there.
Yep, summers are tough for me because work in boat season. So
boat season. So here's my thing. I agree with you. It's rough, but it's because it's a priority thing. The reason why individuals might not show up is literally because it comes down to priority. Sometimes there are certain things that are more important. Like I know, like for specifically, we had to record a little bit later today because I had to deal with some family stuff. It happens, right?
Right.
But it's one of those things also that you have to, if we provide a give and take, like it's like, hey, you get to stream it. You're going to get hosted by every single partner here. You're going to be on the limelight. You're going to have keys to give away. It's your moment to shine. They're going to be like, dope.
Yep.
But in order for you to be that limelight today, you have to show up to at least five other ones. You feel me? Or if you don't show up, like you need a valid reason. But if you go 2 months without, if you go, let's say you don't show up to 2 of them, you're not even going to be considered. Or you feel me? You have to show up to 3 in a row to be considered as the limelight person. Almost like a, hey, we'll give you the chance and the opportunity because you do get a lot from it, but you just have to make it a priority. Because anybody can be like, hey, you know what? Saturday, I'm doing it. Or let's say if somebody works Saturdays, right? And we tell them in November, first Saturday of November, it's your limelight. Just request that bitch off.
Yep.
But
you know how because they work Saturdays. So if they're working Saturdays, they didn't make their 3 available. So they weren't there for 3 of them. So why are they getting the limelight? Just because they work Saturdays?
That's a good point. Actually, if they work on Saturdays and they're not there the whole year, why should they be there for that one day?
I mean, nothing against them. I'm just saying, like, it's got to be a fair thing across the board.
How do you feel then about maybe having alternating days? Not, let's say not necessarily a Saturday, but let's say it's Ed's day. Yeah, let's say it's Ed's day in June. Ed picks the day that we do it, and then we just try to get as many partners as possible, and we'll just do custom matches.
Looks at the weather. All right, it's gonna rain on Friday. All right, we're doing mine on Friday, guys.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. Hands down. Yep. It's my rainy day and it's my day. You guys are gonna be there for that. Yeah, that's exactly what would happen too. No shame in admitting.
I mean, which is whatever, you know.
Right.
It's not like you like. It's not necessarily like you're going to skip out on other events and helping out other fellow partners. I'm just saying that there are individuals, like what, you know, within the idea, there are individuals that just don't want to help out other partners and it's more about themselves, and that's fine, you know, to each his own. Everybody's got their thing. But if we're going to do a partner event, I want to make sure that partners that are more community partner based get to take advantage of it. You know what I mean?
Get the perks. Yep, exactly. I'm still down for that roast thing, dude. I think that would be really hilarious. I'm like picking out what I would say about each of you already. You know, here we are making YouTube videos and Windu stuffing his face with chicken nuggets, but that's fine.
Right.
I am okay. You can add that one to the list, homie. You want some barbecue sauce with that one? Yeah.
Speaking of,
I love it, dude.
You know, like partner ideas. I brought it up when I first became partner, and I would love to still do it. But like getting a little tournament together. You know, getting our communities, you know, but like who, like set the date or what it's going to be. All right. Windu, you're a captain. Yeah. Ed, you're a captain. I'm a captain. And we get our communities together and we start drafting from community. You know, you can draft anybody. You don't have to be, all right, I got my community versus your community. All right. I'm going to take Basel, you know, I'll get Basel and then, you know, and then you guys pick, you know, we just do a draft and then this is our team. And then we're going to go through that tournament with our team and you know, just getting the partners to play against each other. And
yeah, it'd be a really good idea because I know like Plato has a tournament next weekend. I don't know if you guys have signed up for that or anything yet, but you know, kind of if you get picked, you get to play. But I know he's got one of those going on. But I love the tournaments and everything. I think they're really fun. They're community engaging. You meet new people, you play with new people, you get your ass kicked by new people. I mean, it's a good time. Like I enjoy it. You learn new roles and new responsibilities for sure. Instead of just playing with randoms all day and complaining about them, you know.
Right.
See, we've like over on my side, whenever we do customs and stuff like that, I found out that whenever you have, like I did some casting on customs because it's like, hey, I'm not gonna play this one, but everybody share their screen. We're literally gonna watch through everybody's points. I'm gonna go filter through, etc. I'm gonna be talking in the background. I'm muted so the gamers can't hear me, but you know, the whole stream can see whatever. And I'll be real with you, man. It's wishful thinking that somebody has at least decent internet to share. That's the first thing.
Yep.
Second, it's how to distribute that to an audience is the harder part if you can't get point of views from multiple people. Feel me? Because you can't cast a tournament and be like, hey, we got all these different teams, but only one perspective. You get me?
Yep.
Like it gets a little, without an official replay system, it gets a little bit on the weirder side because we're like, hey, we're watching Ed's team through his support eyes. God, we wish we knew what Solo was doing. We wish we knew what Mid was doing. We wish we knew what Jungler was doing. That's a pretty damn good team. Too bad we're only looking at the support this entire time. You feel me? Or vice versa.
I wasn't even like talking about like, you know, the casting of it. I just thought about like, just getting the community together to be a part of it. You know,
yep, I'd be down to put that together, Cooch, if you want to sometime. I think it'd be fun, dude.
It'd be cool.
Just play the games. I'm not, you know, the casting would be cool, but that's going to be something we could do. We could do a, you know, an annual partner tournament or whatever. And you know, like I said, get the community involved. And then like when the replay system is there, then we can start casting, you know, when that happens. You know, but I think it'd be something we could do. Just
doing it to do it with the community.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
And I think that helps you. You know, that'll help. You know, Ed doesn't know, you know, Necrowolf on my side. You know, but he, you know, it's on his team. You know, so now he's on comms with Necrowolf. He's playing with them, and Necrowolf gets to know Ed. So now Ed got
another
a new
opportunity
follower
for exposure.
You know, or whatever. Yeah. So and then vice versa. It just everybody just starts feeding off of everybody.
Yep, exactly. That's so kind of how I got a little bit bigger into streaming. Is I got raided by Sylphin one time after one of the events, and I'm like, holy shit, sweet dude. And then I got a bunch of people off that, and then I just kind of, you know, snowballed off it. So shout out Sylphin, thanks homie.
So you're saying you are carried?
I was carried, yes.
Oh yikes! But doesn't want a 5-stack. Interesting.
We talked about it. I don't mind doing it, but apparently it's illegal. So, well, speaking of carried, little pig here, she's the one that carried me into actually being partner.
That one's fine, bro. Ain't nobody arguing you on that one.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Everybody knows. Everybody knows.
Everybody still.
I know.
Dude, my girlfriend doesn't even. My girlfriend's never played a PC game. She wants to know how to get the Lilo avatar.
Yeah. Dude,
my girlfriend plays Tetris.
Yeah, can I get that Lilo avatar?
Yeah, she's like, I want that.
When I stream, I have almost every day somebody message me in my games now, hey, how do I get that avatar, dude? That's sick. And I'm like, you can't. It's mine.
What? Right. Besides that, you know, asking about Lilo, whatever. What had your guys' response been, your community response been for the avatars, for the partner avatars, since they've now been released with 13?
Why can't I buy it?
Yeah, for the most part. I've had a lot of people say, dude, I really want yours. You know, how can I get it? Can you message somebody for, like, Lil Grux has been all over, give me your fucking avatar, dude. And I'm like, I've said, you got my permission. But you know, it's not on me, it's on, you know, the bosses. And you know, then you know,
Grux the one that has Sylphins, or who has Sylphins? Somebody has Sylphins avatar.
So many people.
Yeah, a couple.
So many people have others.
Because like if you're like one of the developers or whatever, not the developers, but like one of the main testers and into that series, like I know Cranky can have whomever's, but
I was in a match with 3 cats with a hat.
Yeah, dude, that's exactly it. They all just rock that one. It's like nice, dude. Like Ryan had Lilo for the patch 13 event too, which was just hilarious. But shut up, pig.
I am very curious as to why they made that exclusive for just a few people. Like maybe they're planning something bigger down the road. That's the only thing that makes sense to me, you know?
Right. I think it's more so just to like label us as, hey, we are special. And I don't mean that in like my term of, you know, the name, but I just mean like we are I'm just gonna stop.
You did that one to yourself. Go ahead.
I'm gonna have Joe grab another Twisted Tea, dude. I got my hard stuff right here, but like
it was one of our partner chats. Ed, you weren't there yet, you know, but we do our little partner meetings with Ryan every now and then, and I brought it up because like I know, you know, hey, I'm partner now, and I'm looking. We got all these mod avatars, you got these dev avatars, you got these tester avatars. I was like, why? Like, go to the SMS Discord, you get all the different names, right? Besides,
exactly.
So they all have avatars except for partners. Like, why don't we have I was like, can we get like a cool one? Like maybe get Jay Offlane to draw us up a cool one that says partners on it. And they're like, well, what about you guys submitting your own? I'm like, I'm all about it. Just give us something, and so I love it. And I've had some people in Kuch's Custom Tuesdays come in and talk about it and be like, oh man, these avatars, they're great, When people are asking, who do you think is the best one? And we've got some votes for Ed's, obviously, with Lilo there.
Because it's a dog. It's just a
heavy
cheat
hitter,
code,
bro.
Yeah,
you have a heavy hitter regardless, bro.
I know. I've had a couple people say, dude, yours just fits. And I'm like,
your picture's tugging at the heartstrings, like
it really is. It really is. It's just this
I'll be honest with you, bro.
dog.
I've seen some ugly dogs. Love them regardless, but I've seen some ugly dogs. Like my girl's sister has this dog that I kid you not, I call it the convict because his dog looks like it escaped doggy jail. Like if you've ever seen a psychopath escape Alcatraz, it's this damn little schnauzer, right?
Oh, it's a schnauzer. You had me there, dude.
No, for real. So granted, when you have a nice dog, it makes sense, but I still think they kind of missed the mark by implementing it but restricting it. I think that if they were gonna implement it, put it on the store so people can buy it with Matter. Put it, make it something, but like why put it in there just so only a few people have it?
Yeah, I get that for sure. And like I think it would be cool for like fan base.
Tease right now.
Yeah, I
think it's a tease right now.
Maybe?
I think there's going to be something coming up later on that's going to be a support the creator, event type thing, and because I think somebody put it in our partner Gen Chat. How it was that you? That might have been you.
Probably.
That probably was.
That,
yeah.
like suggested the like hey like a sub. If you sub to this, you get this avatar.
Oh
whatever.
yeah, giving the ideas, connecting it to Twitch, or just connecting, or just having it be straight on the store. And then Ed was the one that said, I'd rather just have it on the store.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so I mean, it would be kind of cool, because like as partners, we get the perks as far as our names out there. We're just a little bit more known. We may get the. I guess I haven't really gotten to participate in too much partner stuff other than the patch 13 drop, but it would just be kind of neat to be like, hey, these. Not to call them fans, but like these are my fans, these are my supporters, just to have that base. And like how cool would it be to jump into a game
and see like 4 Lilos? It's like,
and
hey.
4 other people have your shit, and it's like, oh my god, you guys actually like me, I'm my dog. But yeah,
by association, 100%.
Yeah, by association, you guys like me, but thanks, Lilo. As she's just sitting over there staring at me.
In your defense, Ed, the movie Lilo and Stitch was the star. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
True.
Yeah. That's why. Like, yeah. After I have a couple, dude, I've been called Stitch before, and so that's why I was like, I need a. Like, that's my favorite Disney movie, but it's like I need a Lilo to go with my drinking Stitch personality, and I did not think I would get another Stitch.
Hit Lamau. He got another experiment. Lol.
Yeah, 2-6 right there.
So I got a question. Do you actually think they're gonna like sincerely? You think they're planning something? Because let's be real, they've added avatars in the past. It's incredibly simple. They're actually just adding a picture, a JPEG. Like they already have the format set up. They literally just duplicate it, add it next in line. Different picture instead. They easily could have added it, giving it assign the value of how much it costs or whatever. Arguably, the easiest thing to add in the whole game is that little picture.
Okay, you're not wrong.
I don't. Yeah, I think.
So why do they add it, but then only give it to like the individual, and then that's it?
Because I think that they're trying to get it somewhere where it's, because it's going to be more of that partner system. Like we are partners, we do get benefits. That's going to be one of the benefits that like when that they want to get it set up to where when they do buy that avatar, then it benefits us as a partner, in that regard. They want to do is something they want to make it to where it's because it is our avatar, it is us. So when
our art, yeah.
Yeah, so they want it to be like, okay, here we go. They bought this, this is going to you. this is your cut, I guess we'll say, from it. And so but like right now that's not implemented. You can't just do it like, okay, every Cooch avatar that's bought, okay, it's going here.
Let me ask you, how much do you think your Cooch avatar is worth? If you had to put a dollar amount on it.
If I seed my Elo, I would probably say 30 cents.
I'll be real with you. I was actually thinking about it just in general. Imagine you just pay $1 for the avatar. And then just like 99 cents, right? And then just 75 cents. Like the 75 cents goes to the creator, and then the other fourth or whatever the hell goes to SMS or something. I don't even know. Like some people might actually pay more depending. But
dude, I would say $5 straight up. Because even if we get $4 for it and SMS gets that extra $1, sweet. I mean, it's $5. I've spent so much more on so much less. $5 is nothing nowadays in reality. And you spend 20 on the game. Right. You spend 20 on the game, you play it for 400 hours. What's another $5 to, not only, okay, we'll put it this way.
Well, the whole point of the purchase is to support the content creator anyway.
They sub to us on Twitch if they do for $5. They do that every month. What's this for another $5? And now they have that permanently compared to just $5 for that month. So they'll have that on that account the whole time. And let's say they do make those Smurfs, sweet, buy it on 4 accounts, dude. I don't care. Rock me all over.
You say, yo, buy me that extra key, bro. Let's go. What he said. Hey, man. No, I'm not going to talk about what he just said. That's between him and his life. I'm skipping that 100%.
And that's what he means by his kind of special.
Yeah, we'll make a little clip for him and then send it to him.
There we go.
You know what's funny? I'm gonna make you a clip, and that could easily be your follow alert.
Yes, there we
Dude,
go.
Rock me all over. Oh my god!
Right? Confident as hell says it. Yes. And then it just says under it, "Thank you for the follow."
Q at that point. This is where he knew he fucked up.
Because he did too. He's like,
that's funny.
He just went into it. Oh man.
So that's interesting. So you're saying just straight $5?
Yeah.
Cooch, I know you said 30 cents, but is that a real answer?
No, that's not. Okay. No, I think the $5 anywhere. I wouldn't go more than $5. I would understand in between that $1 and $5. Anywhere in between that, it's not. It's an avatar. It's not anything that's in the game. It's only in the loading screen and the main menu. So you're not in game playing. Seeing it. So yeah, I would say anywhere between that $1 and $5.
Yeah.
Actually, you do see it in game, don't you?
Oh yeah, you're right. You would pull on the.
Well, on the loading screens. Unlike the loading into matches.
No, because when you pull the tab, you're only seeing the hero menu. Yeah, you see the hero icons. So.
Yep. But I mean, put it this way. Okay, so playing a game. Let's say you buy the gadget, whatever, because that's the one I was rocking prior. It probably takes you 2, 3, 4 hours to get enough matter for that game. It's like to get that avatar or whatever else. Yeah. So if you want to put into a time is money aspect, 3-4 hours of gaming for that avatar is nothing, for $5. But a big part of it is, again, just supporting your favorite streamer, whoever you feel like supporting. Like it'd be cool if us partners could get each other's. I think that would be kind of neat, just to be like, oh, I'm feeling like Windu today, and then just rock that, and then you're good. But
true, that honestly would be super cool. Yep. Like I'll be real with you. I would literally go cat dog all day.
There you go, dude.
What were you gonna say about my avatar? You got quiet?
If I get Windu's avatar, do I get to play like Windu? Because then I'll be rock Windu's avatar all the time. I actually be good, bro.
Bronze army all day. That's it.
Wait, what? Didn't we just see it on there? Weren't you silver or something? Isn't that what we saw?
Must be nice.
Nah, I haven't shown mine. I don't know what you talking about. I was very careful to look at all my shit off screen.
Yeah, there you go, dude.
Very wise about that, bro. I gave you the stats. Like, yeah, I played Murdock. As soon as it came up, I was like, all right, second computer benefits. but I mean, I like the idea that the avatars could be a way to support a creator, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I still think it's a missed opportunity to put it into the game and not have something like that in place. Like at this point, it was like, all right, I'll be real with you. It's kind of cool having my own avatar, but the shit that I do is for my community. And my community is literally like, when can I get that Windu avatar? I don't know.
Yep.
Why is it in the game? That's a great question. I don't know.
Like I said, it's an advertisement. It's a tease. So here's what we got. This is what we, you like it. We're, it's the same thing we said a couple episodes ago. You would say a couple episodes ago. Oh, you like that? Should have been there type thing. Like instead of that, it's like instead of should have been there. It's like there's a possibility that you can get this. Like look at this is something we got. Here we go. Build that hype up, and then let you know. And that's gonna be one of the Twitch drop events type things. Like, hey, you can now go purchase these and support your streamer.
That would be awesome if they had that per person, and maybe that's one of the things that they were talking about in the events. Of like, if you watch Windu for your 10 hours of your time frame, you now have the opportunity to buy his logo or his avatar, or you just earn it. Whatever.
I was about to say the only problem there is Twitch drops are all they can control is who streams under that category in game.
Yeah,
they can have a list of individuals that it's either a select few that the drops works for, or everybody, and the drops will work for literally everybody. But as far as individual accounts, probably not. It would be cool though. Now it would be cool. Imagine this: they have an event, they got skins and everything. And let's say every partner gets their month out of the year. They'll have a different event, one weekend per month, right? And let's say the first month it's Ed, the second month it's Cooch, etc. And the first reward is that partner's avatar. Then you got like a skin, like a low tier skin or something, etc. Go from there. But imagine the only issue with that is that you might have a partner that's literally been 11 months and they still haven't had their time to shine because we got like 14 or some shit.
Yeah, but I mean, we got 6 of them that actually stream. So,
what about how they did the Wintervale event and they did the Halloween event, the Shadow Fest, and how Jay Offlane did the avatars for the Halloween ones, and it drew those up. Instead of doing the Halloween, Jay Offlane, hey, give him a little break. Here, you don't need to do any avatars for this event. We're gonna give you here's 5 partner avatars that are now available, to purchase, and you could do it in an event like that, and then that way you're doing it. You got 5 of them queued up, and then you're the next event you have another 5. Through 3 events, it'd be a lot faster.
That'd be possible.
Yep.
What do you mean?
Because Coach, I actually think that I got a Halloween skin from you on a drop event. I think I got my Chimera one from you.
I believe you did. Yeah, we were doing that when we were doing the giveaway skins. We were able to give away so many skins, and then on our streams. Yep.
It was a really cool event. Both of those events were actually really, really cool events.
Yeah, they were sweet, dude. I tuned in way more than normal, specifically for an attempt to get that, So taking it from someone firsthand, I was all about it. I was watching as much as I could, as many streamers as I could, and the ones that I actually enjoyed to watch. Yeah, I mean, I took advantage of it. That was 6 months ago.
Yeah, the things have changed. I know you now. I know you. Yeah. Now
that roast, man. That roast is really class.
I'll be real with you though. Like I'm still along the path of those times were fun. And it's been 5 months since the last one, and that was literally 2 months in between each one. Like October, December. Quiet.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, but that was. Patch 13 took a lot. It took a lot.
I know things are coming.
Yeah, things are definitely gonna pick back up now. We got Patch 13. So, that got a big deal out of it away. Like.
Are you gonna finish? Or
you said so I stopped waiting for you. I was all right. What you got?
Oh no, my bad. No, I was gonna say. Now, with things ramping up, because you bring up a good point, things are starting to ramp up. Do you think they're going to go back to, more frequently periodic events like that? Like, Halloween, Christmas, Easter, 4th of July, like every holiday they can think of. Bam.
Well, the question I have, I brought up the 4th of July earlier in the episode. So,
Yeah.
But I also think about that's only one area that celebrates that. That's NA.
True.
You know,
I don't think EU is going to be too
EU
thrilled on that one.
Yeah, are not celebrating 4th of July. So that's an event. That's the thing is like you have to get these events that really are going to affect everywhere. Halloween, Christmas. Everybody celebrates those. And like we're at after Christmas and New Year's, there's a lull of holidays that kind of like, what do you really want to do a Valentine's Day event? Like, I mean, we can, I guess, but like,
I hate that holiday.
I mean, but
that's technically a Hallmark holiday. It's not really a holiday. So
I mean, true. That's a good point, but I don't know, man. Like I think in the spirit of providing events, they could use any holiday as an excuse and then create their own holiday. Like hell, they could be like, hey, the fucking July, what was it? 17th? Was it? July 17th, early
17th.
access. All right, we're gonna call that the fall holiday or whatever. You feel me? And July 17th, they got an event around that time every year. You get me? Like they could literally just come up with their own random holidays. Like, yo, springing into fall, here's a random ass fucking holiday in the beginning of the year. You feel me? It doesn't have to be February.
Bringing into fall, doing it during spring, then you could introduce hops.
Yo, he hates you, bro. He hates you. I fucking can't.
Hops ain't real, guys.
Hey, hops ain't real, guys.
Oh, was that just painful?
My Lord.
That was so painful to go through, dude. Like literally just like the moment I had earlier where I just, as soon as I said it, I went,
he's like,
oh no, this is on
shit.
film. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh my Lord. All right, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and wrap it up because we've been here for a little while already. But I gotta say, like, I was expecting these updates to go more along the lines of, hey, this one is notes about a patch that we're doing. And this one, the next week, it's going to be things we're working on, etc. Back and forth. I would still like them to make it very fucking obvious, big, bold words that are like somewhere along the lines of the following is to be determined, or all the stuff mentioned below it does not have an official date or whatever. Because I promise you, I had an overwhelming amount of individuals that said, no. They said that the favor rework system was coming this upcoming update. And I was, and since they're going to bi-weekly updates, I was like, bro, that shit's not coming in a week. I promise. No. They said that. I read it. I'm like, yo, like they need to be more clear about everything here.
I get what you're saying, and I'm not saying you're wrong. But like in items, it says we plan to start adding new items in upcoming patches, plural. It's not next patch. That's not,
Well, but here's the thing.
14,
upcoming patches does not exclude next patch.
No, it doesn't. But I'm saying, like,
you feel me? But that's what I'm saying.
That doesn't
like,
mean mastery system's coming.
No, I get it, but it's just that again, that gray area. You cannot assume. Like they can't assume the intelligence, quite frankly, of the individuals reading and be like, hey, they're gonna know what this means. Sometimes you have to be very clear because this, like you said, they included a lot of words in this update, in this little update that they put. And if you read it, you thoroughly can enjoy some stuff. I know too many people that saw favor mini rework, balance, items, events, mastery system, Richter skin, and they might have read 1 or 2 sentences, the whole thing.
No, I got you, and you're right. But like, so here's the thing for the community to live by. All right, you plan for the worst and hope for the best. Okay, so plan that this isn't going to come until patch 15. All right, and hope that you're going to get something a little bit of this in the next patch. That's what really when it comes down to that. Like. And that's the thing to live by, not just in fault-wide, like your whole life. Plan for the worst, hope for the best.
Touche again. So yeah, honestly, let's end it here because it is getting a bit too far. But I do want to hear in the comments down below, as
Please.
far as, honestly, one of the main things I want to hear about are these damn avatars. Do people actually want them to just put in the game for everybody?
I'm curious on that too.
Yep.
Low key, because
yeah,
it's possible that some people just kind of think it's cool, but it's possible it's like, hey, we really want these in the game, and if we can get enough community engagement, who knows? Maybe we can actually kind of push this to happen if people actually want that, regardless of how they decide to implement it. Because I know my community wants mine to be there, and they were like, yo, it's kind of dumb that only you can have it. You already know what your logo fucking looks like. You made it.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. I had a new player today. I've never seen this guy before. Never seen him. He goes, "Hey, dude, how do I get that avatar of your dog?" And I'm like, "Great question. You can't."
So
You're welcome.
I mean, it's not. I don't think it's dumb for us to have it because we already have know what our logo looks like. I think it also advertises our streams as well. You know, in that regard, you know, you see like all right, I like. Because you see Windu's thing, like, all right, then you go through streams, like, wait a minute, that's in the game. Like,
I've seen that guy. Yeah.
But hold on, because that doesn't necessarily mean the case. Because Ed brought up a good point a while ago that just because they're in the game doesn't mean that they know that Twitch channel exists, or that they know, or that they even go on Twitch remotely, because it is a specific ecosphere.
I'm not saying it's a perfect system, but have that ability. Like it does show that, all right, that's not in the game anywhere. Why do I see that avatar? Okay. And then you ask around, you get questions. Like then you come to Ed's stream, hey, how do I get the avatar? You ask around, you go to SMS, hey, I saw this dog avatar. How do I get that? Oh, that's Ed, he's a streamer, blah blah blah, he's our partner.
You can't, by the way.
You can't, by the way, but then he's like, oh,
like,
wait,
you don't want his.
He's got I love pugs or whatever. What is, I think
Frenchie,
pug, right?
Dude,
Frenchie,
I'll be real with you. Like,
apologies.
I mean, but I'll be with you. That's almost like putting salt on the wound too. It's like, I really want that. Where can I get that? You can't. Ed's streams, by the way, it's his, but you can't get it. And let's be real. Sometimes somebody might only watch Ed at first because that avatar led them. And it's like, hey, I need to watch Ed to get the avatar. But now they actually experience Ed for an hour, and they're like, I kind of like this. Yeah, it's like, I kind of like this guy. Let me stick around. But
liars.
Imagine if the avatar is that entry where it's like, hey, I might actually go to Ed's channel if I can earn that avatar. But then out of nowhere, it's like, oh, you can't earn it. Oh, I'm not going to turn on Twitch. I'm just going to keep playing.
Yep.
You're still going to get people to show up. You're gonna get people, like you said, that don't show up. There are gonna be people that don't care. It's gonna happen, but you're still gonna get people like,
you're 100% right, but
if I'm going.
I mean, we can talk about that another episode. There's a whole argument to be made, bro.
You know he's got a laser light for the dog. I'm going. It's the dog the whole time. I don't care the fact he can't play Decker very well, but I'm gonna watch.
Have you seen my clips, dude? Pull up my clips after this. I 1v1'd a Gideon after he got Prime. At most, I had maybe 140 health.
So he was dead because the Prime was attacking him the whole time.
He just got Prime, dude. He just team wiped my guy. Okay. Oh my God. I'm about to blow your mind with this clip, dude. It's actually insane. It's in partner clips, if I'm not mistaken.
I've already watched it. I was watching.
Enter clip of Ed realizing Hops isn't real.
God. Just humble me real quick, why don't you? Oh my God!
You know what? Send me that dope ass clip of yours. I'll put it at the end of the video. I got you.
The Hops one?
Well, both.
No, yeah, both. Right. Yeah, send them both.
We'll show the highs and the lows. I got you.
Oh my God! It was the best of times. It was the worst of times, dude. All
right, homies. But let's end it. Much love. Thank you for everybody showing up.
Peace.
Yeah, we're just gonna go straight to peace because now we're gonna talk here for fucking hours.
I'm going back to drinking
the next video, right?
So.
Let's go! With Hops, like, I wish they would have not put Hops in. Like, I know it's a fun, cute little thing, but, like, Let's focus on getting the patch out, not putting a Easter Bunny in the game. Unless Hops is going to be a full-time character. Wait, is Hops just a meme? Hops is a fucking meme, ain't it?